On mute. All right, everybody. I heard some of the most disturbing rhetoric I've heard in quite some time. But there was one thing that was said in particular that got my blood boiling. It's one of the reasons why I'm doing this podcast tonight on short notice. We're going to tell you about it right here on Gangsta Talk. Dang.
Yeah, son. There's mad kids out there getting creamed for the 9-5, bro. Yeah, and I've been doing this for a long time. Shoot the game, going for mine.
Alright.
And this is the year when mad cats get peeled. So I'ma spark this line, kick the rib.
Bang him out.
With all this chaos in the realms of the street, your local street dog got to make ends meet. The average Joe's far too slow for the ghetto pro. You better know, when I hit the streets, I like to glow, I like to glisten. And at the same time, stay low. Listen, motherfucker, thing. I'm pursuing the dope. My stilo is symbolic to a kilo. Cash is popping, coke is cooking, beans is copping. Ain't that some shit? A player that's used to living rich is now a sticky kid, caught up in a ditch. In 94, Giuliani kicked down the door. In 95, niggas flipped to stay alive. Peeling caps while I laugh. In the stats, the 4.5. Remy in the glass, spark the boom, then I blast. They wanna confine me, sneak up from behind me. Bust a cap in my back and put me where they can't find me. They hate to see a young player pay. I don't wanna see that, son. They rather see it sprayed. But I'm like Nitty, a Terminator, squeeze the lead off. Using verbs and nouns like rounds to blow your head off. Hitting up spots, heating up blocks. Invested in stocks like Colombian blow crops. I'm out to get cream and ain't no doubt in my mind. Fuck this broke shit, I'm hit, I get down for mine. I get down for mine. You get down for this. If you get it on, put your hands in the air. I get down for mine. You get down for this. On the regular, shit, no fear. I get down for mine. You get down for this. If you get it on, put your hands in the air. I get down for mine. You get down for this. On the regular, shit, I hear you wanna be a player. I ain't someplace you bet. Let's play a game of real nigga roulette. With this a DOA as I spray the melee. Contact and punctuation is compared to AKs. You in a daze, overdose for pure funk. I'm fucking off like Tommy Gibb. McCarver's a booty smoke. Decapitated rappers in my trunk. I'm sick, pumping skunk, bouncing with my click, popping mega jump. I'm getting back while these clowns be zigzagging. What's this talk about flipping keys? Come on, you're nickel bagging. I'm blasting off boots and making doubters believe what you see. I was packing heaters when jokers was banging cheerleaders. Ain't nothing changed, it's still the same in the rap game. I'm known for banging rookies out the frame. Y'all done forgot who was the pimp from the start. Sipping vintage wine, eating a la carte. I'm phenomenal from the abdominal. Far from comical lyrics and sticking the brains like barnacles. Never sleep. I'm bringing the drama to the streets with techniques and rolling in fleets. Ain't nothing sweet about the streets, so I'm poetically ill. I'm pure like cook up and lyrics shine like fish scale. I got the banger at your throat and you ain't showing no signs. K-Dep, let them know I get down for mine. I get down for mine. So we get down for this. If you hit the morning, put your hands in the air. I get down for mine. So we get down for this. On the regular, shake it, no fear. I get down for mine. So we get down for this. If you hit the morning, put your hands in the air. I get down for mine. So we get down for this. On the regular, shake it, no fear. I get down for mine. 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 We get down for this. On the regular, shake it with no fear.
All right, everybody. What's going on? Welcome to this impromptu podcast of Gangsta Talk. I got triggered tonight, so I thought I'd come on here and talk about that very trigger and why I'm going to say the things that I will say tonight. You know, I was blessed to have my father until I was 17 years old. He taught me a lot of things. One is respect for our black women. I grew up watching my father respect my mother and treat my mother well. He took care of my mother and he never made an excuse. And he always found a way. Taught me a lot about building and how a man is supposed to make his way in this world and never look for a handout and never bend his knee. He said, even if a man dies, he should die with his legs straight. Another thing that he taught me is everybody ain't meant to be messed with. Every line ain't meant to be crossed. And there are some things that should never, ever be said. Continue on the road. My father had a category for certain kinds of mistakes. He said every mistake can't be corrected. And that some mistakes, no matter how much you try to go back and fix it, it cannot be fixed. And it will bring about retribution in the most extreme and harshest way. He also told me that some things you say can bring about your demise. So don't be reckless with your tongue. Now, many of you know me. I'm a working man, blue collar guy. I work hard. I make good money. I drive a truck all over this country. So let me tell you what happened. I'm on the road right now, heading down to Virginia, and I'm listening to two of my favorite YouTubers, Cynthia G and Nyla Says. These are two of my favorite YouTubers. I love listening to these women. They are beautiful women, beautiful black women, both of them. They are extremely smart, and I really enjoy listening to their shows. So I'm riding along, listening to Cynthia and Nyla, just chilling, having fun, laughing at the podcast because they had some fool on a call-in, just making a spectacle of himself and embarrassing the rest of us as black men. So they're having a field day with this retard who did nothing but make one excuse after another. But you see, when the show got a little further along, he said something that made me think about what my father told me about crossing certain lines and things being said that should never ever be said. He said that black women should be sacrificed. He said that out of his own mouth. He said that we need to sacrifice our black women. And when he said that, I immediately thought about my sisters. I had 5 sisters growing up and a mother. I have 15 beautiful nieces amongst those 5 sisters. And nephews too. So when he said that, I immediately started thinking about them. And I thought about their children. And I thought about my nieces when they were babies. Many of them are grown now. Some are still in their teens, but most of them are in their 20s and doing their own thing. But I remember when all of them were babies and how precious and beautiful they were. So when he said black women need to be sacrificed, that hit me kind of hard. And it triggered some serious anger in me. To hear a so-called black man say something like that is unforgivable. It's reckless and it can't be taken back. That is a line that has been crossed that should have never been crossed. That is something that has been said that should never, ever been said. You see, my message to this fool, what do you think the rest of us are going to do while you try to sacrifice our women? Our daughters, our mothers, our aunties, our grandmamas, our mothers. Are you some kind of fool who actually think that the rest of us are going to stand by and do nothing? See, if you're that bold and bad, why hide behind a computer? You see, social media have given you cowards a shield to spew all kinds of nonsense and to say all sorts of cowardly things that you would never say in real life. You would never come to a man, a black man in real life, and suggest that we sacrifice our women because you know what would happen to you. If you believe in such a task, why not come out to the public so we can see who you are? Why not? Let us see who believes that we should sacrifice our women. And then it's something that we can talk about face to face. See, I'm at a point now to where I believe that some black men or black males need to be removed from black society. Now, whatever method that entails, it is what it is. You see, that kind of mentality cannot exist in our society. That kind of demonic hatred cannot exist in our society, black people. We cannot live with monsters like that who believe that we should sacrifice our women. You see, the fool that says something like that says that is the one who should be sacrificed. That is the kind of cancer, the parasite that is eating its way at the minds of our young boys. And a coward who will say something like that will never show his face. It's wishful thinking to believe that we can actually see the man who says something like that. I wish we could. Because when I think about those 15 beautiful nieces that I have, and when they were little babies and how precious they look, and then hearing him say, we should sacrifice them, it created a certain kind of anger in me, a different kind of anger that I've never felt before. It created a hatred for men like himself. See, him and the manosphere, we should sacrifice the entire manosphere. They should be sacrificed. SYSBM, all of them should be sacrificed. The conscious community, that's what should be sacrificed. That is what's eating away and destroying our communities and destroying the minds of our young boys. Now, you can go and try it. I don't suggest you try it. It wouldn't go well for you because you will find out very, very quickly just how many of us who are still left that will come to the black woman's aid and defend her to your very death. Such a stupid thing will suddenly bring your life to an end. You know, when I think about my mother and all of the sacrifices she made, so that we can eat. When I think about many black mothers who are single mothers not by choice, many of them have different circumstances on why they are single mothers. But you would be hard pressed to find a single black mother that has turned her back on her children, even when the father has left them high and dry. Many of you have the nerve to say the things that you say about black women, knowing all the well that if it were not for your mothers fending for you, making sure you had shoes on your feet, clothes on your back, food in your mouth, making sure you was getting medical attention, making sure you got education, if it were not for her, many of you wouldn't be here today. We should be, as black men, we are blessed beyond belief. We have the most beautiful woman on the earth, the strongest woman on the earth. We come from strength. That is why we are strong. We are blessed. And as black men, being blessed with a black woman like this, we should be the most grateful. And we should do everything that we can to protect her, to provide for her, to take care of her as she has taken care of us, as she has provided for us when we could not provide for ourselves, nor could we take care of ourselves. You see, when you come into this world, you are helpless. She is your protector, your first protector. She protects you. She takes care of you. She feeds you. She cleans you because you are helpless and you cannot do these things on your own. It is unconscionable that such a beautiful spirit that she's nurturing would grow into an ugly, overgrown monster who detests the very womb that gave him life and detests the very person that protected his life and made sure he survived. We should be the most grateful. But you fools have shown to be the most ungrateful. No, we don't sacrifice our black women. We need our black women. They are our life's blood. You are the one that should be sacrificed. You and men like you. You are the one that needs to be removed from our society by all means necessary to safeguard our children from such demonic poison. Me being an old school black man comes from a different time where black men love black women. I thought I'd never hear a black man say something like that. You're lucky that you did it on a computer or on a phone. I'm sure that's something you would never say in real time, in the real world, where other men can see you and see who you are. Social media is protecting cowards like you who say all kinds of crazy things. Some fool said that black women's lives have no value. I still can't get over that. Now another fool says that we should sacrifice our black women. And neither one of these fools are anywhere to be found. Just voices on a computer saying irreprehensible things, things that carry heavy consequences. And you know they carry heavy consequences. You see, a lot of you dudes talk tough to women. You see, a coward is brave towards a woman and scared of men. So many of you talk tough when you're talking to women. You would never have that conversation with a real man. The things he said to Nyla and Cynthia, he only said because they were women. He's so cowardly. He has a brave heart arguing with women. A coward has a brave heart towards women. And a cowardly soul towards other men. This is why you will never be the king that you claim you once were. A coward can never become a king. I find it very, very, very interesting that you guys, with all this tough Tony talk, they can only bring this so-called makeshift bravery out when you're talking to women. This is why you won't engage real men. See, the type of men that you want to engage are men like yourselves who are sissified and want to argue back and forth with you. Like girls. See, real men such as myself is not about that bullshit. You would never talk that way too. See, because I don't want to argue back and forth with you. I want to have that in-person conversation the way I can put my hands on you. Black men who are listening, it's time we start to do something about these kinds of men. It's time that we intervene. It's time that we broke up the party. Too many of these cowards have gone past their cable toe. Saying the unspeakable. A line has been crossed. Something was said that should never be said. We should sacrifice our black women. I've lived on this planet 54 years and I've never heard anything like that from a black man until now. Like I said, some black men need to be removed from our society. They have become a blight on our society, saying reckless things. You have to be careful. Words have power. There are still black men out here who love black women and love their mothers and their daughters. When you say we should sacrifice our women, you're talking about their daughters, their mothers, the ones that they love the most. Such a man will take that as an act of war. All I can say to that brother is I'd like to see you try it. You think you're that big and bad? I'd like to see you try it. Go on ahead and try it and watch how quickly your life come to an end. Go on and be stupid. Death has no discrimination factor. It will take all comers, the intelligent, the brave, the cowardly, and the dumb. It makes no difference to death. Be careful of the things you say. Some things can't be taken back, no matter what you do. And saying that our women should be sacrificed qualifies as something that can never be taken back. That is something that one day you will pay for saying. Somebody heard you. I know I did. All this superficial courage you guys have. Behind a computer. There will come a day where you can no longer hide behind these keyboards. And I have another question for you. What do you think the rest of us black men will be doing while you are trying to sacrifice our women? Have you thought of that? Or are you guys such fools that you think or believe that all black men behave and think like you? So those of us who don't behave and think like you, those of us who are the very antithesis of you, what are we supposed to be doing while you're trying to sacrifice our women? You think we're going to sit back and allow you to do that? And watch you do that like we're watching some kind of matinee at the movie theater? You're a fool if you believe that. I guarantee you, if you try such an act, one thing you will get to know very, very well is speed. Because your life will be gone at the speed of light. If you tried such an act. Let me tell you, punk, something. You got the rest of us fucked up. So you guys believe that shit you pushing so much that you think you speak for all of us. You think that we're all one that's connected with you. We're not. You don't represent me. You don't speak for me. And I certainly do not stand with you. But I have no problem standing over you if you get my meaning. If you try to pull off what you say that should be done. And who is supposed to be doing this? You? The manosphere? The sissy bims? Y'all gonna try it? Go right ahead. Go right ahead and find out what a New York minute is. I guarantee you, you will find out what the hell is a New York minute if you try such an act. The anger that I have right now is an anger that I've never felt before in my whole life. You guys better watch yourselves. This ain't fun and games to everybody. And everybody certainly ain't playing with you. And there are many of us out here who take threats to our women very seriously. I'm one of those people who takes threats to black women seriously. And trust me, I'm not somebody you want to see. You guys play Gangsta here on social media. You guys are YouTube gang banging. You think this is all fun and games. You think that you can talk this craziness with impunity and anonymity. Sooner or later, someone will draw the curtains on you and you will be exposed. And you will pay the piper for your transgressions against black women. I wanted to come on here and let you know that I wish you would try to sacrifice our women. Because you will find out just how insignificant you are in the grand scheme of things. Don't overstep your boundaries. You guys are punks. Stay in a punk's lane. You guys are puppies. Stay in the playden with the puppies. Don't come wandering over here with us real grown ass dogs. Stay in your lane, punk. You know, the excuses that I heard about welfare and it took the black man out of the home, the same old nonsense that you guys been talking for years. Keep talking about the black woman, the black woman. She's not at fault because you a weak ass punk or afraid of your own shadow. Scared to build something. You niggas won't even make a lemonade stand. You scared the white man gonna come knock it down. You know, you guys keep wanting submission. You want the black woman to give up her life to you. For what? There's nothing to give her life up for. She's doing better than you. And guess what? You guys talk about you wasn't raised by warriors. Well, who do you think taught the black man how to fight? Where do you think your warrior instincts come from? The truth of the matter is that black women have more courage than you. Case in point, George Floyd. When George Floyd died, an agonizing death, and with his very last breath, he called out for his mother. He didn't call out for his father. Why didn't he call out for his father? With his very last breath, he used whatever oxygen he had left to call for his mother. That should tell you something. Never called for his father. When a man cries out for his mother, it's because she took care of him. She was there in his life. She was the reason why he was successful. Even in his dying state, he understood and acknowledged the person that was most important in his life. The one who taught him things. The one that was there for him when no one else was there. His mother. Where would all of us be if not for our mothers? They are the most caring. They are the most loving. They are the most supportive. And they are always in your corner, even when the world is against you. Even when people think that you are a piece of shit, she still has love for you. Even when you're getting your ass kicked out here in the real world and people think you're worthless, and you come home with your ass between your ears, she is there to comfort you and give you the spirit of hope. And teaches you to believe in yourself and teach you that you're not worthless, you are somebody. You ungrateful bastards. You want us to sacrifice that? No. We will sacrifice you and men like you. And we will protect our women from you. So go on and try it. Go on and try it. I assure you, it will be the last thing that you ever do. Dame.
Yes.
Get us out of here.
All right.
Yeah, son. There's mad kids out there getting cream for the 9-5, bro. Yeah, and I've been doing this for a long time. You know, shoot the game going for fine.
Alright.
And this is the year when mad caps get peeled. So I'ma spark this line, kick the reel.
Bang him out.
With all this chaos in the realms of the street, your local street dog got to make ends meet. The average Joe's far too slow for the ghetto pro. You better know, when I hit the streets, I like to glow, I like to glisten. And at the same time, stay on, listen, motherfuck the fame. Why? I'm pursuing the dope. My stilo is symbolic to a kilo. Cash is popping, coke's cooking, beef's copping. Ain't that some shit? A player that's used to living rich is now a sticky kid, caught up in a ditch. In 94, Giuliani kicked down the door. In be fine. Niggas flip to stay alive, peeling caps while I laugh. In the stats, the 4 and a half. Remy in the glass, spark the boom, then I blast. They wanna confine me, sneak up from behind me, bust a cap in my back and put me where they can't find me. They hate to see a young player pay. I don't wanna see that, son. They rather see him spray. But I'm like Diddy, a Terminator, squeeze the lead off, using verbs and nouns like rounds to blow your head off, hitting up spots, heating up blocks, invested in stocks like Colombian blow crops. I'm out to get cream and ain't no doubt in my mind. Fuck this broke shit, I'm hit, I get down for mine. Yeah, get your I get down for mine, get down for this, get your money, put your hands in the air. I get down for mine, get down for hands on the regular, shit, nigga, turn no fair. I get down for mine, get down for this, get your money, put your hands in the air. I get down for mine, get down for this, on the regular, shit, nigga. I hear you wanna be a player. I ain't some place sit back. Let's play a game of real nigga roulette. Witness a DOA as I spray the melee. Contact and punctuation is compared to AKs. You in a daze, overdose for pure funk. I'm fucking off like Tommy Gibb. My karma's a boost smoke. Decapitated rappers in my trunk. I'm sick, pumping skunk, bouncing with my click, popping mega jump. I'm getting back while these clowns be zigzagging. Once it's talk about flipping keys, come on, you're nickel bagging. I'm blasting off wings and making doubters believe it. You see, I was packing heaters when jokers was banging cheerleaders. Ain't nothing changed, it's still the same in the rap game. I'm known for banging rookies out the frame. Y'all done forgot who was the pimp from the start. Sipping vintage wine, eating a la carte. I'm phenomenal from the abdominal. Far from comical lyrics and sticking the brains like barnacles. Never sleep. I'm bringing the drama to the streets with techniques and rolling in fleets. Ain't nothing sweet about the streets, so I'm poetically ill. I'm pure like cook up and lyrics shine like fish scale. I got the banger at your throat and you ain't showing no signs. K-Dep, let them know I get down for mine. I get down for mine. I get down for hands and put your money, put your hands in the air. I get down for mine. I get down for hands on the regular. Shake it, make it, no fear. I get down for mine. I get down for hands, put your hands in the air. I get down for mine.
Right. Just keep that sounding nice. Keep it up.